Take on the role of an architect, competing to own land and build magnificent structures in the city of Rome. This is a city building game called Foundations of Rome. Thank you for joining me today at Tangermouse Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp. Foundations of Rome is a 2 to 4 player board game that plays in about an hour. Normally I would call this a tile laying game, but in Foundations of Rome you're not laying tiles, you're laying three-dimensional buildings. Now this game is a big box, but everything that you see here is a prototype. This is coming from Arcane Wonders, and they're bringing it to Kickstarter in January. Even the box itself says this is a prototype, so I'm just telling you now, everything that you see in this video are prototype components. Each player gets some coins, cards, and a player board, and you place all your building pieces in the designated spots. By the main board, you'll place out the market board with cards on them. At the beginning of the game, you'll place out your ownership tokens on the spots corresponding to your lot cards. Here's a quick overview of the game. In the game, there are 3 rounds, and in each round, you're going to be collecting income, purchasing lots, and you're going to be constructing buildings on those lots. At the end of the game, the person with the most glory wins. If you collect income, you'll automatically get 5 coins, plus a coin for each coin symbol on your buildings that you've already constructed. To buy a lot, you'll purchase a lot card from the market at the current price and place your ownership token on the corresponding spot. To construct a building, you choose a building and place it on lots that you already own. You can even place over a building you've already built as long as the new building is bigger. The smaller one goes back on your player board. The end of the round happens when all the market cards are gone. Now, at the end of each round, you're going to be collecting income, but not that extra $5 income that you would normally get during a round, just based on the symbols from the buildings that you've built. Also, at the end of each round, you'll get points from revealed buildings on your player board, and you'll get points from your current population in Rome. The person with the most population at the end of each round also is going to get some points based on what round it is. You'll also score all your civic buildings each round. These will award points based on types of buildings that are adjacent to them. It doesn't even matter if they're your buildings, just as long as they are the type that they're looking for. At the end of round 3, the game is over. You'll do normal scoring. You're going to be doing some extra scoring, like instead of getting income, you're going to be getting points for the income that you would gain instead. I love that the rules are simple, but the gameplay is super strategic. You're just going to be collecting income, getting those lot cards, and then building those buildings. It seems simple, but man, like I said, super strategic. Now I know this is just a prototype, but I'm super excited how cool these buildings look. Your colors depicted on top of each of them, which is great. And what I really like are the shapes and how they're placed in your player board. And at the end of the game, the board looks majestic with all the buildings together to make the city of Rome. The decision making in this game is great. What types of buildings should I go after and when should I go after them? You have the coin buildings, the population buildings. When should you start building those civic buildings to get you even more points? And the overbuilding mechanic takes the game to another level. There was a recent game that I played with Melissa where I was able to overbuild in my lot areas, and that got me a lot more points, of course, because their bigger buildings are definitely going to get you more points, but it also made Melissa get less points because she had a civic building there that was getting her points based on the building that was smaller, not the bigger one that I placed. The way the market board works with the lot cards works well. Sometimes you really need a specific lot card, so you might need to pay a little bit extra to get it, or maybe wait to see if it gets cheaper. There's a couple of variants in the game as well. One of them is drafting those lot cards that are dealt at the beginning of the game, and then also there's another way of scoring the majority population at the end of each round. It's nice that the board playing area gets bigger the more players you have. That really helps with player interaction. If you're interested in a playthrough of this game, we also did a recording of that. I'll put a link to that up in the corner here. Emerson Matsuuchi is the designer of Foundations of Rome, and he just did a great job of making a game easy to learn, but challenging enough that you want to play it over and over and over again. If you enjoy city building games, tile laying type games, if you want something with amazing table presence, then check out Foundations of Rome from Arcane Winners on Kickstarter this January. And as always, we would love for you to subscribe to Tantrum House.